All right, so today's video, we are back with another Quickplay Warrior video where I watch a Quickplay player who has more hours in unranked than ranked, and we try to guess what their rank is, where they should be, all of that. It's been pretty fun. I've got a lot of feedback that people like it, so we're continuing the series. In this one, we have a player here with 519 hours of unranked and 43 of ranked, playing support on PC. And they say, hi, my partner and I have been playing Overwatch on and off since Season 1 and started committing to the game more during Season 11. I don't even know what that season is or what year that was. We always duo queue, which is relevant because I rely a lot on them to get pieces of information I might have missed during games. I have little interest in ranked as I feel I can play only heroes I'm very comfortable with, Kiriko, Juno, and Ayari. Those heroes are good for ranked, by the way, which gets a little repetitive and stressful. This season, I thought I'd take the opportunity to get some feedback on my gameplay to improve my skills and make ranked less stressful. First match we're going to have here is the quick play version, chat. And this one, they say, in this game, I played a hero that I don't have a lot of experience with, which I try to do more and more in quick play. I think I'm finally getting the idea of Wuyang, and although I'm sure I could adopt a more aggressive playstyle, the passive reactive gameplay showcased here is representative of my overall support gameplay. Okay, let's take a look, let's see, and go from there. Here we go, let's see what happens. So remember with Wuyang, you don't have to play aggressive. I want to see how you aim here. Yep. Okay. You're already doing what I used to do on Wuyang. I want to see if you keep doing it. So far, your positioning's fine, by the way. Okay, there it is. You're doing exactly what I used to do. Let me watch it one more time to verify. Yep, you're doing it. Okay, so listen. When I was doing my support play of the game series, which, by the way, that should be out. I know people have been asking for it. It's being made. It should be out probably this week or like next week. When I was doing the play of the game thing, I was doing what you were doing, where you feel like you have to hold your left click down, right, to like be accurate. But that's not the case. So what I want you to do is when the ball lights up, let go of that a little bit sooner, because then you can start getting your next shot going and you're actually going to be more accurate. What I was doing was I was trying to hold the button down the whole time and be accurate with it, and then I would miss. But when you do it like that way, where you kind of let it go a little bit, you get that splash damage and direct hit way more often. So I wanted to point that out. So far, I watched like 3 or 4 of your shots, and you just held the button down the whole way until it connected. So just remember that, okay? That was something that I did on during that. So, and obviously if for the rest of the way you do it the other way, that's good. But I wanted to point that out in general for people who are learning Wuyang and don't understand how that works completely. So yeah, there you go. But so far, you're doing everything basically normal here. I would say try to play a little bit further back on the back angle. I think on push, like, it's really good there, so. Yeah. See, you did it. See how they're holding the button down, chat, the whole way? That, like, I find when I do that, I'm way more inaccurate with it. Because if you let it go, it's going to eventually guide to where you wanted it to go, and it will kind of, like, float to them, and you get, like, more damage done. So it's weird. You would think it works the other way, but it actually works way better that way. Yep. So far, so good, though. Nothing, like, extravagant. Yeah, that's why you're missing your shots, by the way. Like that kill right there, if you let it go, you're going to get the shot. Positioning, though, not too bad. Dude, I'm watching you do the aim, and dude, it's the whole thing. There you go, and you survive it. What distance? I can show you in the training chat. Remind me in between these games to show you in the training range. PCJ, thanks for the 7 months of the Prime sub. Thank you, appreciate it. Yep. Dude, it's so funny because I just did this like during that play of the game one a few months ago. Dude, this is so easy to fix. Right, there they are. I'm gonna back away a little bit. Nice kills right there. Don't be afraid to Wuyang, like, you know, Wuyang ultimate yourself if you need to in any moment. I think that's totally okay. So far, rank-wise, I have a slight idea, like, on what the rank could be, but I'm gonna wait because I have an idea. I want to see what you do here. Like, yeah. So like for example, you notice how all 4 of you are pushing the bot right now? You only need one person to push the bot. You want to go take like map control. So what you would do is, and I can just show you. Here's what I would do. Once we have them back here, and if you're on Wuyang, I would actually try to rotate up here quickly, and then you get this sight line here. And you're like, yeah, but what if they go for you? Well, then you just use your thing to get away, and you can do things like this. You can just like back up down here. Now your teammates are right there, right? You could technically play it safe and back around here, rotate through, back to your teammates. You see how you have these like safe plays you can make? Doing this allows for them to all run down main here and then take the bridge control. Now they have the opportunity to jump behind you, get kills. Take this part of the map, get kills. Go up here, rotate this way, get kills. If you deny this space initially, this opens up the space here for your team, and then you have a much better play, right? But instead, you just kind of sit on the cart, and that becomes a bit of the problem, and that's why it is as it is. You know what I'm saying? If you want to ult somebody, give it to your Genji here or yourself. There you go. Nice shots there. Play. I mean, pretty clean. Here we go. Healing up your Genji. Remember, even though your Genji has Blade, don't be afraid to give Genji that Wuyang ultimate. Imagine a Blade where they like can't even shoot at the Genji for the most part because you give them the over HP. So I would be looking for an aggressive play on that, like more like sooner than later. I would not also waste your really important like survivability ability right there, like the one to get yourself healed. Okay, you gave it to Queen. I mean, it's funny because like I wouldn't have given it to Queen, but then it worked out. So like it because you did that, right? Like, because like your Queen could then use it in the Mauga ult. But nice shot. Moving the barricade. Is we need to guess the rank? We'll guess the rank. Let's clean off those wounds. Catch me if you can. Yep, there you go. I mean, good job. Just drop down now. Don't have to stay up there anymore. I would have dropped down even sooner, but obviously your teammates stayed there. Cool. Perk-wise, I will admit I'm not the most well-versed on the Wuyang perk, so this is that moment of opportunity if people in the comments, in the YouTube comments, want to talk about what you think would be the good options for Wuyang perks. I just don't remember what they are on hand. So, you can have that discussion in the comments if you would like. As always, we always invite people to be helpful in there. Just, don't be dumb about it, I guess. Some people get really aggressive. You've never seen that minor perk in use? I probably took it a couple times when I was doing my quick play playthrough. What are the minor perks again? The damage and the triple ball. Oh, I love the triple ball one. That one's pretty good. Again, this is a quick play game, so things will be a little bit more wild at times. Good job. Now, you mentioned like you said like, hey, like I'm playing really passive. If you're doing this as Wuyang, aka you're surviving, this is correct, right? As many times during OWCS, you're seeing a lot of Wuyang right now. And like you'll see the Wuyangs off like back this far away because they're just surviving against their backline. So if you survive the backline trade here, that's not too passive to me. That's just making the right play, right? Because look at what happened. Their Mauga goes down. Your teammates survive all that. There's no cart pressure. So now you're back to pushing the cart again, right? You know what I'm saying? Like so, like it's not. You're doing a good job of that type of play. The only time you're really hyper aggro with Wuyang is off of a snowball like team fight where you win, or if you plan on using the ultimate on yourself to be aggressive with it, right? Some players opt to do that, some players don't. But like Wuyang is not an up in your face like type of like character, at least in my opinion. So here we go. Don't mind the ult usage. Ooh, nice shot there. Hey, good job. Good cleanup. Once you adjust this one little aim and style too, you're going to probably do even better. Man, nice try. I like how Genji ults into the Mauga ultimate. Like, it could work, but it also could not work. Oh, okay. Sounds good, Jake. All right, minute 20 left here. What will happen? Let's see. Yeah, you're saying, like, yeah, I mean... I always try to use the bar of healing whenever you can, but obviously, like, there's going to be moments where it's just, like... You're definitely not going to keep your tank alive. So, like, your damage pressure is going to be a big part of your gameplay loop. So, sometimes you just gotta leave like the heal on like your Genji there and just put pressure. And I think that's something that like I had to learn on Wuyang too, and probably still have to learn if I ever have to play him in like any meta, is like you can't just expect to keep your tanks alive. You're there to help kind of burst your tank up. Not even like from a heal perspective, but like when you use your wave, it's the equivalent of like an honor grenade. So you can kind of burst heal a tank very quickly with like your other support, but that only happens on that cooldown, right? So try to prioritize a little bit more damage when you can during like the downtime. Like you're doing that now because there's nothing else you can really do, right? This is the correct play. You know, leave it on your Genji, keep him up a little bit. You know, now go for damage. Your Genji's fine. This is good. Play this angle. Just stay here. You don't have to move anywhere. You can stay right here for now until they make a play. This is actually a good spot to be in as Wuyang. By the way, because of the aiming thing I was talking about, you're actually shooting some shots into the floor. And I think once we talk about this, it'll be a little bit fixed. But good job there. So obviously I gave you a bit of feedback early on that, but if I had to guess your rank, and don't take this in a way of like, I think I'm going to guess like gold 2. And it's not because of your mechanics. It's more because of your decision making when a team fight is over. I find that you kind of default to the cart. There is a chance that you're more in the plat range, right? And again, this isn't a bad, like, this isn't even like, I think you might be higher than I'm putting here, but you kind of stayed on the bot with like 4 people. I know it's quick play. I might change that, but I'm going to start with like a gold 2, kind of gold 1 area for now. And I'm comfortable with that for now, but we'll see. Okay, so that's the first one. Oh yeah, I wanted to show the Wuyang thing too very quickly. When you hold see at the left click when it lights up, what I would do and what that Wuyang was doing was they would hold it and try to aim accurately, but I could just do this, let go of it. See? Once it lights up, just let go of it. See, now I'm already starting my next shot, see? So I'm having like pretty accurate shots go in and the splash damage. See what I'm saying? But like what the player was doing was they were holding it down and trying to do that. So let go of it after it glows up a little bit. Obviously, if you're trying to go like really far with it and you want to maneuver it, that's different, right? You want to be like this, but same thing, same idea. Like, well, if I want to go like this, you know, just let it go. And eventually it will go to people like that. So you want to be like, oh, okay, you let it go. And then you don't have to do as much like, they were doing this a lot because they thought they had to do that, but you don't even have to do that. You just let it go. See? Lights up, let it go. Going for a long range one, you know, let it go. Boom, see? Still hits. Let it go. See? Still hits. Boom, let it go. Still hits. See what I'm saying? So like, you can get away with that more in Wuyang, but that's like a way to like improve in that area. So don't hold it down the whole time. That was a mistake I made for a long time, and it made my aim more inaccurate because I was trying to be too accurate. When you can just like let it go. See? Boom. So let's get your next game here, which is going to be a Yari Juno game, so I get a little bit more of insight on that. So this is going to be the rank game now. So this rank game will be a better way of seeing where this is at. So this one for the placement match says, this game showcases everything I tend to do wrong when playing while flustered. I started off with a Yari, but I wasn't feeling it and switched to Juno. By the time I did, it was already too late since I had already started getting stressed about it being a ranked game, which automatically makes it high stakes in my head. Although I got to play my comfort heroes, I kept wasting my cooldowns while simultaneously keeping my ults for eternity. I tried to focus and apply pieces of advice you gave in previous gameplay reviews, but I keep getting lost instead. That's okay. Anyway, thank you for any feedback and have fun. All right, let's see, chat. Let's go. Okay, so I fixed it on, okay, I did fix it on YouTube then. You're good there. Hey, Yari's really good right now too, so your hero selection. By the way, the heroes that you mentioned, be it like Juno, Kiriko, or like, I think a Yari or something, those are all really good heroes, by the way. So like, if you're worried about your hero pool and ranked, you actually have great heroes. Pylon up, healing your team. Remember, you're not gonna be able to heal your Rhine at that point. That's basically like, that's on your Rhine to back up. So that's not on you. Wait for it. You're fine right now. You're just in the neutrals. I don't have any like notes right there. I'm okay with you being here. I want you to look to like, I want you to look to do a little bit more damage from a different angle. So like right now what you're doing, by the way. Yeah. So like, I kind of want to give you an idea here on a Yari. Like going for this like pylon across the way won't make much sense right now because it wouldn't even save your M-Ray to begin with, right? This is more in your M-Ray playing out of position. What I want to see you do is like, don't be afraid to put a pylon like right here, okay? Put a pylon right here, and then before, this was beforehand, I know there's a junk right here, but like, do a little bit of a peek for a second. Don't overcommit, but make them all look here. Once you get them to look here, it pulls pressure away from your team, right? If you wanted to get a little bit risky here, you could also just use your whatever the AoE, you know, spin thing is to get over here. I forgot what the ability is called for some reason. And then help your teammate initially, but obviously, of course, you have to deal with a Mei. So don't get stuck in the habit of just sitting there like behind your tank the whole time, because that's where that's gonna like make or break like your game if you just stand behind your team. Like Ayari needs to find the damage output, and just to kind of give you an idea, they're really trying to drive that playstyle. Even in the most recent changes to Ayari, it didn't really hard focus on the damage, it was more on reducing the healing. So just remember that. The Juno swap plays a little bit more into your playstyle right now. Maybe you'll play better on like a defense with Ayari, but from what I saw, you weren't looking for like opportunity at kills. You were looking to more like kind of keep your teammates alive. So Juno, you can be a little bit more like heal heavy on your team now. Go for a right click around the corner. Perfect. Everything so far so good. What rank is this? This is I don't know yet. I have to guess. That's just a good ultimate. I mean, obviously a speed ring would have been nice if you had it up. I don't know what your cooldowns look like. Remember, speed ring can be really good for everybody here. So don't be afraid to use it. It also benefits you when you, just a little bit of a note, when you speed ring, chat, it also gives it to Juno. Like you're gonna get it for the first time because it goes through, like it travels through you, so you get the speed ring. A little bit aggro here, but I want to point out you're not looking at any. Yeah, okay. So I wanted to say this very quickly. That was way too aggressive by you. Do you notice how you went in there and didn't look at anybody else? I like the idea of the aggressive right clicks, but why not do that with your team? You don't have to go that aggressive in there. You can just be with around your team up on the high ground with that. You kind of tunnel vision. Do you notice how you didn't look at anybody on your team? Thankfully, they popped off and made a play, but that was definitely too aggressive for my liking. Like, it just, you'll learn from that. All right. Right now, I'm looking to, so here's what I'm looking for, right? You want to know how to help your tank in this situation as a Juno. They have a Ramatra, which means that Ramatra is more likely going to be pretty hyper aggro, right? That Ramatra is going to want to go up to the Sigma, and that's why they're on Ramatra. So what I want you to do is when this Ramatra goes into Nemesis form, for anybody who doesn't know what Nemesis form is, it's when Ramatra, you know, goes into the punch mode, it's a punch block mode, you're going to want a speed ring. Now, two things are going to happen. Ramata's going to take a bunch of damage, has to back away. The speed ring benefits your team. Or the more likely scenario is that the Sigma is going to be pressured, and now the speed ring allows for the Sigma to back away. So that's where you would use the speed ring here. Okay? So you're going to save it for that moment, unless otherwise called by your teammates. All right, you're tunnel visioned a little bit. Remember this. I do like this aggressive right click though. Look at the on in the back. Okay, if you want to know when to use your ultimate, the answer is yes. That's it. It's yes. You can use your ultimate here. You can use it quickly. I'd recommend it in the next 3 or 4 seconds. Right now. Just send it. I'm telling you, it's okay. Mei's on you. You want to go for the health pack there, and now you don't use your ultimate. The Mei gets a free pick, and now their on is willing to use their ultimate, and look what happens. Again, even if your teammates get kills here, the trades alone is going to put your team in a bad spot. So. All right, there Ramatra pushes up way too aggressively. Sniped. Thanks for the prime sub. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, here we go. An everlasting hope. Thanks for 26 months of the tier 1. I would like to see a Juno ult here, but like, just do it. Just do it. Send your Juno ult. Send your ult. Send your ult. Save your teammate. Save your teammate. Send your ultimate. Okay, we got to talk about this. Your ultimate also heals, and it also travels through walls. So what I would have done right now, right? What I would have done right now is actually ulted from here. It would have gone down to here. It would have benefited everybody around you. This is why, like, I don't want you to be hesitant. Like, there's no point not to just save your Sigma there or at least put more pressure. Look at the Ramatra's HP. Look at Ramatra's HP. What happens right now if you pop that ultimate when this is happening? Your Sigma more than likely survives. At the very worst, if your Sigma gets traded on, the Ramatra's going to go with him, right? So a little bit of hesitant gameplay out of you is what I'm getting, because like this is the second time I would have liked to see a Juno ultimate out of you, and now like you're relying on this. Like your teammates are going up in the air and making the plays happen, but like you're not going to, this is where you're going to kind of 50-50 a lot of the time, where if you don't go to make plays and you play too safe, you're going to lose matchups because of playing too safe, right? again, I will admit I'm more of a aggressive alter because I just feel like it brings so much value. Like even here. Okay, let me ask you this question because you seem very scared of everything they're doing. So I want to ask you this question like straight up here. If the other team had a Juno ult in front of your face when you ulted, is your reaction going to be like, well, that's fine, right? Okay, that's fine. No, when someone Juno ults, you have to kind of play a little bit more scared on the other team, otherwise you fall over. So right now, you would have already had a second Juno ultimate and already would have won a team fight, and now you're just holding on to it, right? I just want to kind of get in the mindset of don't be afraid to use it earlier, because otherwise, like, what exactly do you want to save it for, right? So, again, we're going to be guess the rank at the end. My guess after the quick play game was gold 2. I will see where I'm at by the end of this game, but I have a general idea. We'll see if I'm right or wrong. But yeah, the lack of ult usage is going to be a bit of a misplay at times, in my opinion. So we'll see. Juno ult, just pop it. I just hit the button. I just want to see you hit the button. And now they're not going to touch cards, so it's going to be fine not to use your ult, but like, don't risk it. Just send it. Okay, here we go. Maybe the ult button doesn't work. I mean, that could be a true statement, but hopefully not. Ultimates are pretty important, so. Still waiting. Okay. Good heals. Juno ultimate. Send it. Just tech it. Yeah, there we go. Finally. It took your teammate using Kitsune. Remember, you can heal your team too, so be careful of that. Speed ring your Sigma out. Should have been a little bit sooner than that, but now you're going in. Send it. Heck it. Yep. Now play this corner and hide. Don't gravitate towards the cart. Use the cover of that van right there, and you'll have a much better spot. Like, if you use the cover there, the Ramatra may not even see you. So, that's another thing I want you to do more of, is you're not utilizing cover that well. And you mentioned that you get lost sometimes. Remember, if you have a wall near you, always find a way to get to it if you need to. And that means play closer to it. That way you have that reaction. Yep. Okay. Okay, I'm okay with the speed ring there. It's because the Nemesis for him. Just spam, keep your teammates alive now. Just play to live for a second. This is where you need to just like rely on the neutral for a second. Just like keep anybody you can alive. Look at your Emray in the air. Okay, that's gonna accidentally heal Emray. So there you go. Speed ring, just speed ring now. The reason why you would speed ring is just to kind of like add a little bit of extra speed boost to your teammates away from the Ramatra, but it looks like your teammates clutched it. Yeah, I think once you settle a bit, you kind of just run all over the place once like team fights go a certain way, and that's kind of the problem. So yeah, okay, let's keep it going here. See what your defense is like. Well, I'm saying you just speed ring. You just like the reason why you want to speed ring that is because like you're just gonna kind of give your teammates the ability to move around. So, all right, back to the. So I did mention earlier you might play a better defensive Yari. Let's see if that's the case. I also love how you're peeking the doorway. I wanted you to peek on attack, which is fine there. It's just funny to see. Pylon spot's pretty solid, by the way. I like that. It's really hard to get to it. They have to push past you to get the kill on it. Good pylon location. I might use that for myself one of these days. Good idea. I like it. At least for the initial part. Good boot back. Good job by their Genji clearing it. Next pylon would want. Oh god, don't do that. Even if you think the health pack's clean here, you want to basically end up over here. It sucks for a second, but you want to wait on the cooldown. At the very worst, maybe here, but I don't even like that. You need to get to a spot where you can kind of like just wait in a cooldown and go back in. It's not like my favorite spot, but you knew they crossed over there, so. All right, there is the second point coming up. All right, let's see what happens. Don't go low ground. Just don't start here. It's okay to drop down here. I just want to see you go up a little bit, but Sigma already dropped. I actually would drop here as Sigma too, to be honest with you. It depends. Well, let me rephrase this. Depending on what I'm playing against, like say I'm playing against like a really good, like, you know, dive me hero, kind of go at me, I probably don't drop down here and just play high. Or if I have snipers, but like if we have like kind of more of like a ground comp, I'm okay with being here as Sigma to buy as much time as possible. It's like 50-50 on that decision making. Rank's a little bit different than what you would see in pro play. Pro play, they don't drop it all there unless they have the ults. Good D-Mech. Pylon to your top right might be a good spot because you're like, let me show you. Because like if you put it right here for now while you have map control, I'm pretty sure the range would probably heal somebody up here too if they were to peek the edge. So don't be afraid to like throw a pylon there, right? Like just put a pylon in that spot. I think it might not be a bad idea. But we'll see if you readjust that pylon after. We'll see what your overall play is. That's too far? Okay. Maybe, well, I mean, even if it's too far, maybe like, I don't know, like would right here? Even though it's this angle here, I wonder, what about, I don't know, that pylon, yeah, I don't know, that's a little bit, you're right, but I still like it there. I don't like it here, because look, it's not healing anybody here. Like, it's only 15 meters? I wish I could ping in this. Either way, look, I mean, what is this, look at this, what is it healing? See? Just move it up. It does heal from there? Okay. Okay, I mean, that's a pylon choice. I don't mind it for now. You're very hesitant right now. If your teammates are up there, so are you. Put a pylon right in front of you, right at the vents right there. See the vents right there? Just put it there for a second. You can readjust the pylon after. Right now, okay. I see. That's a pylon that can get killed pretty easily. See what I'm saying? Like, you want your pylon, like, here's a way to make pylons work. There's two ways to do it. One, you put it at an aggressive spot in front of you so they can't kill it. That's number one. Number two, if you want to put a pylon a little bit more aggressively, you put it at an off angle with you, so that way they have to clear out the pylon while also your teammates can get the angle. If you put it in here on a stairwell, a Ramatra can stand right here and get the kill, right? But if a Ramatra walks out here and a pylon's over here, healing your teammates, right? They have a decision. Do I kill people on the ground? Do I shoot the pylon? Either way, it's taking pressure away or add in better results for your heals, right? So I think you're just being a little bit too hesitant, and then you just kind of throw your pylon somewhere because you feel like you need to heal somebody from range. That's not the case. Michelle, thank you for the 5 months of the tier 1. Thank you. I'll check in a second, Rezel, but it still should be active. You can ult this. You can ult this. Okay, you cannot, do not ult this. Do not ult this. I want you to be really aggro once you see a cleanse. Okay? I want you to think about this. Next time you see a cleanse, just pop your ult. I'm not going to say do that every time, but I want to get you in the habit of just being like, they used an important ability, I'm going to use one back. Because like you're very hesitant, so I want to give you kind of like a one-to-one on what you can do. Or you can ult to get cleanse out. The ultimate is pretty forgiving, and I talked about this before in a recent review. You don't need to wait on the cleanse because, truthfully, most of the time, they're not going to cleanse everybody if they're not all stacked. So you have opportunity to kind of, even if they don't use cleanse. Okay, that pylon is, you're trying to be, you don't need to put a pylon. I want to show where this went, by the way. Also, Chad, that definitely can heal. Look at your pylon went. This needs to be cleaned up. This pylon usage. Okay, we're good. Okay. That is Willow. All right, remember, use an ult aggressively here. You have such a good ultimate. You can build this ult so fast, too. Just pop it. Right now. Go. Pop your ult. Just do it. Send it. That on to your left. I don't care. Just get cleanse out. Put a pylon down now, like with your team, like in a good spot. Yeah, I think you're just, I actually think, remember when you said that you play a little bit more kind of like scared because you hit ranked? I think that's what you're doing. I feel like you're not willing to be aggressive because you don't want to make a mistake, but the only way to learn is to like make those mistakes in game, right? You learn from them. So if you do an ultimate there and you try it 5 times and it's a bad result 5 times, you go, okay, great, I learned from that. But you're not even giving yourself a chance to be able to learn from what you're doing. And like, that is what I want to see you change. If there's one thing to take away from this whole review, it's not your mechanics. it's not even like, sometimes it's not even your decision making, you know, outside of the ultimate. It's just that you're so hesitant to go make a play that you're worried that if you fall over once, your teammates are going to be mad at you, which, I mean, I'm not going to say you're not going to have that, you know, that random person check, oh, what are you doing? Meanwhile, they're not, you know, they've fed 8 times, right? But like, I can promise you this, if you're more proactive with your ultimates, you will get more value. And like, right now, I've watched you hold a Juno ultimate, and now you're doing the same thing on a Yari. And like, if you want to win, you need to make those plays because yes, your teammates are making good plays, but how often will you have that? If you're not in a 5 stack, you need to make those plays. I would use your ultimate here. New pylon. You also don't readjust your pylons. New pylon. Let's get a new pylon. Cleanse. Pylon yourself. Pylon. Hit that pylon button. Let's go pylon. Oh, they killed your pylon on high ground. Now you don't have a pylon. All right, awesome. Gerval, thanks for the 19 months of the tier 1. Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you. Okay. By the way, when you said you applied some stuff, I do want to point out to you that at times you do have solid positioning. So I wanted to give some credit where credit's due on that one. It's not perfect, but like it's better than it could be. But again, like you need to be more aggressive. Ult. Send your ult. Can we get an end of the game ult, please? Can we get like a victory ult? Anything? Yeah. I just want to point out to you, not even a victory ultimate. All right, so listen. I want to point out to you, because like there is some good here, chat, right? Aim looked fine at moments. I didn't see many bad things with aim. You understand how your kit works, right? Juno was a little bit of, you know, I want to see more speed rings. You know, Wuyang, I kind of gave you some feedback there. But I think you are right in the sense that you just play too scared. I think you're so worried about making a mistake that you're doing the concept that I always talk about of you're playing not to lose, but you need to play to win. When you play not to lose, that's how you lose more, right? And the only way you're going to learn from all these mistakes is by making them and then going from there, right? So if you're not, you know, if you go for an ultimate and it's just horrible, you can go, well, okay, why did that ult not work? But you didn't use an ultimate. Did we see one Ayari ultimate? I don't think we did. And like, you could have had like 3 or 4 of those. You could have like full held this map after like at the choke if you did. So I just want to point out to you that there is some good here. I want you to work on your positioning. I want you to work on your ability usage a little bit on Juno. But overall, like, you know, let's just be more aggressive. Let's be more proactive in our play. I promise you, it may have some growing pains at first, but eventually when you start to see the ball go through the hoop as a kind of an example I give, you're going to start to realize that there's so much more room for playmaking out of you. And then you gain that confidence of like, oh, this is working. Okay, now you're looking for those spots. So do that, okay? I promise you, if you do that, you'll see progress. Now, my initial guess was gold 2. I'm going to average this out in the middle. After watching that game, I thought gold 4 because of like how your team was playing. It was a lot of like standing still around the map, not taking map control, out being saved. I'm going to average it out at gold 3. Now, I could be wrong either way on this. It could be higher, it could be lower. But I think like just based off of, I think your mechanics alone at times can win games. So I think going in the middle of like a gold 3 is where I want to land with this. Now, I could be completely off, right? But I want to kind of stay in the middle of this. So my guess is gold 3. I initially went with gold 2. Now let's find out if I was correct. Here we go. Chat, I have been very accurate with, not very accurate, but really good with you know, with being in range. We were way off, chat. We were way off. Diamond 5. So okay, I want to point this out. It's placements, chat. So keep in mind, placements, I think it's the placement thing here. Because I think there's going to be, I think with placements, you get placed a little bit higher nowadays. So, like, again, I want you to take the advice I gave you, because I think that if you take that advice, this experience in ranked, if you choose to go there, will be better, okay? So apply that to your games. I'm very surprised. I'm going to be honest with y'all. Like, I think that you need a little bit of time on some of the decision-making for, like, the Diamond 5 games, because Diamond 5 games can put you into Masters games, to point that out. So that's where I'm a little bit concerned of, like, where the placement ends at. So I'm a little bit concerned of where that placement ends at with that one. So, I want to point out, if you end up going into your games and the games end up feeling a little bit tough because you go into Diamond, don't be discouraged. But if you work on those things, the games can get easier for you, okay? So, wow, I was surprised. I mean, honestly, like, that. Hey, congrats on Diamond. That's much, much higher than I expected. But, like, again, let's go back to what I said. You have a lot of things to work on. If you fix some of those things, even half of them, it can all come together. So thanks for submitting. It's always good to get a Quick Play Warrior one. And honestly, you're the first one that kind of, I was way off. Usually I'm within a range. But, like, I was way off. I guessed gold, gold 3, gold 2. I mean, Diamond 5. So that's one of the first ones where I couldn't figure it out. That's crazy. Anyway, thank you again for submitting that. Remember, if you want to, if you like the video, make sure to the like button, subscribe to the YouTube. If you haven't, leave a comment. All that helps. You want to submit your own video, possibly my Discord. Keep in mind, we get a lot of submissions, so I know we can't get to everybody, but just remember that. And yeah, if you want to watch more of the Quick Play Warrior series, we're going to have another one pop up here in the bottom over here. Click it. It's been a fun series. With that being said, I hope you have an amazing day / night.